Yes, it has been a while. I've been observing and investigating, going deep into the story of the Equatorial Guinea Solomon, or rather PD, and as a Director General of a National Financial Investigation Agency, it is very bombastic that BALTASAR EGONGA was arrested on allegations of recording 400 explicit videos which featured very prominent wives of public figures. Now, I saw another video in which a young girl was laughing and saying married women are quiet about it. Now, I don't think that is the right approach. The thing that should be done is, can we actually see what people should learn from such an experience? Yeah, whether there are people in offices or whether there are these women, what are they learning from this? So there are situations which are very saddening, and when they come out, you know, in fact, let's begin with the approach of what Millie Odhiambo indicated recently in Parliament. And then from there, you can actually see that there is sense of learning than laughing at this. Because even if you're not married today, maybe tomorrow you'll be married. And it doesn't matter whether you're married or not, because when it comes to explicit pictures as those, it doesn't matter. Will it look good when you are not married or when you are? The key aspect is that that is a very wrong thing, and it goes into classified videos, because such videos are not supposed to be exposed to anyone and they should not go in public. But I'm very sure by now, even young people now have seen some of those videos. So let's see what Millie Odhiambo indicated recently and then proceed.
Especially at a time when we have just seen a case from Equatorial Guinea of a man who is supposed to have gone around with 400 women. Is he encouraging such bad behavior in this country? We cannot allow such bad behavior because it is discriminatory against women. Unless it is shown that women can also do exactly the same thing. If we cannot, he is completely out of order. He cannot say such things.
So you saw that Millie Odhiambo trying to indicate that the behavior depicted by BALTASAR is a very bad one, and it is not a good example. I don't know. Maybe men will think it is good to go recording and then release, but so what? So once you release, maybe you ruin that marriage, you ruin that image of that person. Remember, we saw in one of the videos, one woman confronted by the husband, and then what follows? Of course, we do not expect anything good out of that. Either the husband to that woman or the woman herself, what will happen? So that video clearly showed that there was a conflict, and I know for all that have been indicated, and unfortunately the names were given. If not names, we were given like the ranking. For example, in one of the cases, this 54-year-old EGONGA, I don't know why he's called EGONGA, like in Kiswahili, the gonga. Okay, so in the uncovered trove of CDs, it is indicated when his home was searched and office, the high-ranking officials, some of them, the wife of the Director General of the Police, of course, that was the one who was being confronted. Yeah, I'll put at the background, you can see that as we proceed. Then, relatives of senior government officers, and one of them is the sister of the President Teodoro Ebang Nguema Basogo. Then we have spouses of multiple government ministers, right? Yeah, so we can see that, of course, the locations where these videos are taken, or the explicit videos, it includes office of EGONGA. Can you imagine such an officer using his office for such matters? It is very, you know, I can't even describe how I feel, but, you know, you feel like you should be puking or something. Yeah? So the national flag is there, so visible, and then he's busy doing it, and then recording. Why? Now the recordings are very sensual, but they leaked. And now, before they leak, of course, there is someone taking and then remitting it. Now, if you scrutinize the local media and the public outrage out of this, everybody's talking about it. You go to Nigeria, Nelville is talking about it. Come to Kenya, so many media houses are talking about it. Yeah, nobody's quiet about this. So, EGONGA, of course, the name in the local language is known as Bello. Yeah, and he has become a focal point. Everybody is looking at him, and I don't know how he feels about himself. I don't know. I saw some video yesterday of him dancing. I'm not sure whether somebody took previous, with the social media, people normally take previous videos and show. I'll just put it in the background too. Yeah. Now, the problem with this experience is that there is health risks. We have diseases like HIV and so many others. Yeah. Then we have a conflict of interest here, because you are serving in a public office and then you conduct your own interests, whether it was for his business or whatever interest. So do we understand why he was doing it? Up to now, we have not. But then there is high potential of STDs arising as a result of what he was conducting. That is one lesson we should know. However much he thinks he's making a hero of himself, and maybe others would wish to do that. But if you do that, then are you seeing that there are high situations of STDs? Now, an office is not a place to use for such activities, conducting such explicit activities as such. So then, we beg that people should respect public offices, because they are trusted to serve in these offices. So ethically, you are not conducting the right thing. And what are you trying to tell other women? No wonder Odhiambo was asking about it, and I am asking the same. Now, if you look at, there was one picture in which he's standing and so many women surrounding, and they are pointed specifically. Now, I'm not sure whether these women knew each other and the activities that were going on with the EGONGA. Because I wonder, if they knew, then why did they continue? Now, one lesson I'll give people from this, I've already given the first, and the second one I'm giving: never allow video taking of such situations. And then you should be very sensitive. Of course, I wonder why the married women also, or whichever women they were, how they allowed themselves into such. Yeah, so my second lesson is, whether you're married, single, or whatever, I don't expect you to allow even your husband to take a video of you in such a situation. Explicit videos are meant for porn. And if anyone is taking, of course, the motive behind it cannot never be positive. So that should not happen. And I don't know, even for the man himself who is taking, what pride do you take in that? The third lesson is, why should you allow yourself into public offices and all that? Because when you see a person that can easily allow himself to conduct such an activity in an office, know that you are not the only one. There are several who are taking the same activity with him. So it is very important to avoid such activities in public offices and avoid such people. If you see such people, run murife, because it means their morals are in the drains. Now, I know that many people have also tried to practice this thing, because if you look at the situation of America, PDT, recently we got the reality that he has been conducting these activities and with celebs. For him, he targeted celebs, musicians, very prominent figures in America, and he could take videos of that in parties. Now, this one, it's not very clear. And of course, I've just watched one of is it a Nigerian station? And they were indicating he was released. So which means they're not getting very good grounds to pin him down. But of course, there is abuse of office And under sexual act, I don't know whether there are others. And it is indicated that the police or said that men should take good care of their wives, serving them possibly. And so do you want to tell us that he did that because they were not being served? Is he the only hero in Guinea to do this, or is it a behavior that is conducted in Guinea generally? These are the questions we are still digging deep into. Now, the consequences of his actions, of course, there is a general disgruntled, and I hope that another lesson is women have learned to avoid such activities. And other public officers, whether you are a man or a woman, using your office for such activities, I hope people have learned that they should not. The other thing is that taking such videos, of course, you are now becoming a porn expert. And it is, I don't know if there is any country that allows this. Then generally even to the young people. Of course, young people have become very vulnerable. And they find themselves in such situations very easily. Whether the BNBs and all that. Lest I forget the situation which has been happening with Dangal, who has been found to kill women even in BNBs and all that. So, there is a situation of a woman who committed suicide once the videos came out. So we can see the impact of such things. It's not very clear because no one has commented, including family members and what have you. Of course, it's embarrassing. And it's not something one would want to talk about. But then, should we keep quiet? It is said, the dead are dead, but the living should learn lessons. So, Ebong or Egonga is not the only person who can do that. So many men are out there. And they take fun in possibly taking videos of such things than women. So, it is you, women, because someone was saying we are not blaming women. But I think the blame should not be the point of view. The point of view should be, what should women do? This one becomes a very difficult topic to talk about, because if you are not satisfied, then help me out. What should they do? And then, when they're taking these videos, in one of the videos, I think it's like the woman knew. I'm not sure, but what do you think? Do you think the 400 women, all of them, while videos were being taken, they were not aware? Because it seems in one of the videos that has been very popular in you, and this man has a very good family, a very beautiful wife. Now, I don't know what he thinks about his kids and wife and all that. Because now, what happens to the kids when they grow up and they realize that the father was such a person and all those activities are what he conducted? So let's continue to subscribe to this channel and view and discuss more.